every morning at this time, but we're finally at a point where the sun's coming up a little bit earlier, and you can actually see out. Usually it's dark and scary, but now the sun's out, so it's even scarier. It's a beautiful morning in Tucson. Hopefully it's beautiful wherever you are, but I guess that's a state of mind. I know some of my friends are struggling with the snow and the cold right now, but personally I think that is very beautiful. Um, I am temporarily down in Tucson, but home, I guess if that's a word, home is up in Utah. So just staying, helping out a friend right now, enjoying the heat while it's here. So anyway, I just thought I would show you guys what's happening this beautiful morning. And there's Reba. She's got to mark the trail. She already did her poop today, so I don't have to worry about her pooping on a live stream, which is probably a good thing, unless you're into that. I don't know. Anyway, this is the Riado River. I don't know how to say it. I apologize. I've been out of Arizona so much for so long that I've forgotten. But it starts with an R. It's a river. There's Catalina Foothills is that way. That is north. And there's this long bike walking trail that goes, I believe someone told me it was 30 miles long. I think that's wonderful. A lot of people use it. So I know we were supposed to have a big, beautiful full moon last night, but it was cloudy here in Tucson, so we weren't able to see it. But it was sunny right up until sunset. So maybe if I would have stayed out a little bit later, I would have seen it. Anyway, so we always walk around this park here once in the morning, and then in the afternoon she comes and plays with a bunch of other dogs. It's not officially a dog park, unfortunately, but everyone brings their dogs here anyway, and you're supposed to keep them on the leash. Some of us don't, but I know my dog. First of all, she's not going to run off. I mean, she does run around a little bit, and if she gets too far, I call her back and she comes back. And the other thing is, she's not going to attack anyone. Have you seen her? She is, oh, thank you so much, Udea. I appreciate that. You're the best. I've not been to Jakarta yet. It's on my list. I have a really long list of places I need to go. But anyway, so we come here and a bunch of us take our dogs off leash. If you know your dog, if you know it's not going to attack anybody, there's one dog that causes a problem, and he's not really a mean dog. He just barks a lot. So it's going really well. Thank you for asking. It's a beautiful morning here in Tucson, Arizona. I am, like I said earlier in the cast, I am just walking my dog and chatting. It's been really dark right now, but the days are getting longer, and so I can actually see something. 6:45 every morning. My dog wakes me up, or there about 6:30, 6:45, and we go on our walk, and it's just a beautiful morning. It's a little bit cloudy still, and there might be some rain this weekend, a small chance. Let me show you the clouds. Here's the clouds. It's a little bit of clouds in the sky. Nothing major. And this beautiful park. Looks like construction going on next door. For those of you who are Tucson locals, this is the very north end of Tucson Boulevard. I'm looking, those headlights right there, those are on Tucson Boulevard. Tucson Boulevard, which actually starts all the way down south at the airport, but it cuts. And so if you're going to the north part of Tucson, you got to get on a side street or something, is my understanding. I'm still learning. Yeah, it does get cloudy every once in a while. This week we had rain, but they didn't have very much rain. Normally they get a ton of rain in autumn time or just before autumn. That's the monsoon season in Arizona. But it was really light this year. They barely got anything. I got to Arizona in September, and we really only had one little rain up until this week, and then it's been kind of wet. But it's always a welcome thing in Arizona. I hear everyone, oh, it's finally going to rain. In other parts of this country, they're like, oh no, rain sucks. And I love it. I love the rain, the snow, I love the sunshine, I love all of that. So I guess I'm just a little bit weird. Anyway. Alright, come on, Reba. Oh, good girl. She's like a little boy dog. She has to mark the trail, mark her territory all the time. I don't get it. So, a lot of joggers starting to show up in the morning since it is a little bit warmer. And, morning. And the internet calls her a Jack Wawa, which is half Jack Russell and half Chihuahua. She might have a little something else in there, but I like the name Jack Wawa, so that's what I call her. And let me give you a close-up for those who haven't seen her yet. Reba, come say hi. Come here. Come and say hi to the people. So she looks kind of like a Chihuahua. She always has one ear up and one ear down, like right now. So this is her Chihuahua ear and this is her Jack Russell ear. We joke around. But she's a cutie. She is a rescue. She was already a year and 4 months when we got her. And I think the reason that she ended up in the place was because she had a very active working family. And come here, don't go in there. There's horses and donkeys and stuff. And so she's going to check them out. She always does. She usually slips all the way through the gate and I have to call her back. But anyway, she suffers with separation anxiety. Thank you. She is a cutie. I love her. She was a year and 4 months when we went and me and the guys I'm staying with right now, we went and picked her up in the Pima County Rescue, and she had just gotten back from being neutered. Spayed. She's a girl, right? Spayed. Sorry, walking and talking. She just got back from being spayed, and we saw her, and she jumped on the front of the cage, and we had actually, let me tell you the story. So, let me flip this camera around here. So we had actually wanted a bigger dog. Online, I saw a picture of a very beautiful Siberian Husky. It had beautiful, striking blue eyes, and I thought, oh, this has to be enhanced for the photo or whatever, but I called and I said, hey, we want to come look at this Siberian Husky, and they said, you can come, but you need to make an appointment because because of the COVID, they want a limited amount of people, which makes sense. You know, everyone's still afraid of COVID and stuff. I get it. So due to COVID, we made an appointment in 4 days, and I thought, there's no way this beautiful dog is going to be here in 4 days. And I was exactly right. When we got to our appointment in 4 days, we walked around. The dog we wanted was gone. They were mostly medium to larger pit bull and pit bull mutts, which I have nothing against pit bulls. It's just not what I envisioned. We wanted a bigger dog, and come on, let's go. She's got to stop and smell everything. We wanted a bigger dog, and that dog was gone. We walked around. We saw one we really liked, but come to find out that dog already had a owner. It was just there to get fixed. So anyway, I say, well, we're here. We may as well walk around and look at the small dogs. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. It's going to be a beautiful day. So anyway, I'm walking around and we look at the small dogs, and this little girl, her name is Pearl, and she jumps up on the front and is just so excited to see me and the guys I'm staying with, and just a beautiful little girl, so enthused, and me and one of the guys I'm staying with, he's like, yes, yes, yes. Or we're like, yes, yes, yes. And the other one is just like, no, I don't want a little yappy whatever dog. So we say, well, let's meet her. So they take us to a side room, and they take and put her down, and you know, she sniffs us all out, and inside I'm going, oh, this is my dog. And And one of my housemates, he's rolling his eyes, saying, "There's no way this is our dog." And it was just a funny situation. Thank you so much. I appreciate the Super Heart Award. That means a lot. Thank you so much. So anyway, she basically won two of us over, and within a day, she won my other housemate over. It was so fast, and so it was just really cool. So we went in to get a large, medium to large dog, and left with her. But it's all good. She's great. Um, anyway, what I was saying earlier, she had pretty bad separation anxiety, and we're guessing that's the reason that she ended up in the Pima County Rescue, and that's how we found her. Because I've noticed, especially when we first got her, when I'd leave the house, she would start, whining and complaining. We call her a little piggy because she sounds like a little pig snorting. So we would she would start complaining and whining, but it's gotten better over time because you got to do errands to the grocery store, and you can't bring her inside, and so she's gotten better. She still hates it when one of us leaves the house, but she gets over it pretty fast. So you know she's doing better with her separation anxiety. And we did crate train her at the beginning because she was pooping indoors. And after about 2 or 3 days, she said, she's like, "Okay, I'm done pooping indoors." And we haven't had to put her back in the crate since then. So, she sleeps with me at night. So sometimes I'm on a couch, sometimes I'm in the spare bed. And it's just, she's right there. And we finally got her to stay in her little bed at the bottom of the couch or the bed, so she doesn't really bother until 6:30 a.m. comes around, and she's like, "I want to go on my walk." So anyway, that was a jumbled way to tell the story of how I got Reba. I haven't been able to have dogs lately because I do travel for work. So, but because of this COVID crisis, I've decided to take a year off of work. Not that I'm afraid of COVID, but 17,000 of my coworkers took it off, 6 months, a year, or a year and a half, just so they wouldn't have to come to any sort of laying people off. And it seems to have worked. Like, my company has never had a layoff, and hopefully never will. Hopefully we can keep that record. But that being aside, I took a year off. And I haven't been traveling a ton because of all the restrictions of travel right now. But my first thought was I was going to run off to Scotland for 6 months. And I'm like, well, they're not letting people in. And then, it was a long decision. And I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to go stay at a friend's. More about that down on a future live broadcast. Anyway, I really just wanted to show you guys Reba. And when we're walking today, I need to learn to hold this camera at a more flattering angle. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. You guys have a great day. Maybe I've got one of my nieces coming to town tomorrow, and we might do a live stream or something when she gets here. We'll see. I'm off this morning. I'm going to go make bread. I'm going to make some bread, a couple loaves of bread. I got on the sourdough starter, and I got on that whole bandwagon, and I think it's really fun, and it's great to have good fresh bread. I do it. I'm probably going to start doing it about once a week. It's really good, you guys. You should have some of my bread. If you're in Arizona, let me know. I may regret this, but let me know, and I'll bring you some homemade bread, all right? But you got to leave a message on Haps or Periscope underneath this post. So everyone have a perfect day. Be